Welcome to the third installment of my July garden tour. This is going to be in my perennial vegetable bed. So one of the first ones here we have is marshmallow. It's getting pretty tall, hasn't bloomed yet. But marshmallow, or any mallows, are great. So you can eat the leaves, you can eat the flowers. You can do stuff with the root, which I never have, but I guess that's how people used to make marshmallows. Like cook the root and like whip it up or something. But a lot of things in here. So perennial vegetables, if you grow perennial vegetables, you know that a lot of things are kind of at their peak edibility in like the early mid-spring. So by now, I mean, unless it's a root crop, and that's later, but so by now, you know, a lot of things are kind of going to seed. They're looking a little sort of sprawling. That's okay. Anyway, right here, we have lots of this one. This is Turkish rocket. Actually, my biggest Turkish rocket, I forgot. I skipped it over in the other bed, but I have lots of these now, and it's forming seeds here. So let's be sure to save those. This little tree here, this is kind of new. This is a Shipova, which is a cross between a pear and a mountain ash. So I'm hoping that will make some interesting fruit later. Another small cardoon. This one was really struggling. I didn't think it would get this far, but it is making little flowers on it. Here is one of my favorites. These are skirret. It's getting ready to bloom here. It's in the carrot parsley family, so you can see that compound umbel flower shape. Yeah, so anything that's in the root, anything that the edible part is the root, you wait till like fall or even early spring, like before the plant has started growing again. Basically, you want to do it when the energy is like down in the root, because right now, you know, the plant is growing up, it's flowering, all the energy is pushing up to the top, so you don't want to do the roots at this time. Next to that, we have some earth chestnut, Bunium bulbocastanum. This is also in the carrot parsley family, and it's blooming and going to seed at this point. I had some of this last year. I didn't get like a ton because I didn't have a lot of plants, so I didn't want to like eat a ton of the root, but I think this is 2 plants in here. It's done well. Another skirret there. Down here I have oca, which I tried years ago and it did okay, and then it sort of like died out, and I just wanted to get another one. So that one's new. So I might dig it up just to kind of see where it's at in the fall. Lots of kale. This isn't any particular, I think it's just red Russian kale. It's not really perennial, but it was like really cool. It did tons of flowers. I cut it back and it's like flowering again. It's got a lot of seeds. Believe it or not, I actually cut back so many kale seeds. I just didn't need, 800 trillion kale seeds. I did keep some of them. Ugh. I'm tripping on chard here. Yeah, can you tell I'm not really like a I don't know, very neat gardener. There's just too many other things in life to do, but yeah, the chard's looking great. There's another kale that's gone to seed. Here, I think, God, it's kind of embarrassing because I honestly will plant things and I'm like, I'll remember what that is, and I'm like, oh, I forgot. So this, just kind of judging by what it looks like compared to this one over here, I'm pretty sure this is like a blue, what is it, something giant blue tree collards. And it's done great. It's got these big old leaves. It looks really good. I got those from Project Tree Collard. And underneath here, which got totally subsumed by the tree collards, this is the kaleidoscopic Grex Homesteaders perennial kale. I got the seeds from Cicada Seeds, who are awesome. You should totally buy seeds from her. She's in Canada and ships to the US. I don't know about the UK, or Europe or anywhere else, but yeah, I just put these 2 close together and they're just kind of like, ah. So I need to kind of get that tree collard under control or move things in the fall. Should probably move things. Here's my perennial garden sorrel. It's doing well. I've cut these seeds because I don't need 40 trillion sorrels. So I've been cutting these seeds back, the seeds heads back, every time they just grow back. This is like the 4th, growing of the seeds. So it's very vigorous. Some little things down here. Oh, well, potatoes. Those just, you just forget about potatoes and they come back forever. Low-key, the best perennial vegetable, potatoes. Nothing more special than that. But in here I have some Minutina, which is in the plantain family. You can see the seed head really looks, like the common plantain. But these have really tender, thin leaves. They're good for eating. It's not really like a reliable perennial, but it will self-seed, and it's pretty easy to start from seed, so I like to keep it around. I have two other brassicas in here, which are very happy. I finally got a hold of them. Taunton Dean tree kale. I think I talked about these in the other video, but they've grown. That one looks pretty good. One over here is even bigger. This is the Benton kale. See, if I don't keep the tags there, I'll just forget. Anyway, this one is like got on a lot of leaves, so that's good. I might try to like propagate that one from cuttings. Let's see. It's another, is that, I don't know. Oh, you know what, this one, oh wow, I think this one is actually the 9-star perennial broccoli, because I planted some here and I feel like they were like, oh, these are small babies, and now they are not so small. They really, once they get in the ground, they really go for it. Here's my ones from last year. This is my 9-star perennial broccoli that has already, broccolied and flowered and got to seed. There's a few over here that are still flowering, those white flowers. That one was really fun. I got a lot of good broccolis on that. I was still a little bit conservative with how I cut it because I just didn't want to, set it back too hard. But brassicas, I feel like I always am like too easy on them. And then I have so many seeds. I'm like, I could totally have cut more. Same with this Turkish rocket here. Look, I was like, oh no, I don't want to take all your flowers. Well, maybe I should have, because look at you now, you're wild. 10 million seeds. That's a good problem to have. More good problems. This corner. This is actually kind of my favorite corner. In March when I did this, I'm sure the plants were growing like visible by then, but man, whew, look at it now. It's like a mountain of green stuff. So 3 main things in here are nettles, and I'm about to get stung on one right here. Be careful. So nettles are awesome. Obviously, young spring green to eat. Once it gets to this stage, flowering, don't eat the leaves because they're too high in like silica. You'll mess your kidneys up. But what you can do, 2 things. See these, the green seeds here? I'm trying to focus better. The seeds will sting you a little bit, but not too bad. They're okay. You can harvest those seeds and like dry them. I just kind of dry them for a day in my dehydrator and put them in a jar, and you just use them as like a seasoning. You just sprinkle them on top. They're super nutritious. They're like a vitamin almost. The other thing you can do, so you don't want to consume the leaves, but you can make tea with the leaves at the flowering stage. So what I need to do, what I was going to do today actually, is come in here and cut back all this crazy nettle that's growing up through my wonderful hibiscus. So this thing here, so I gotta be careful because the nettles and the hibiscus are like right next to each other. My hibiscus is flowering. Hopefully it'll make a lot of seeds. I had 2 plants and one of them died, got eaten by voles, I think. So I'm not really familiar enough to know if it'll make seeds still with only 1 plant. I hope so. It sure got a lot of flowers. Anyway, I gotta cut these nettles back, get some seeds, dry the leaves for tea. The other thing in here is this Sochan, this Rudbeckia laciniata, cutleaf Rudbeckia. So it's on its way to flowering. It gets very tall. Kind of past the point of edibility now. Hold on, my kid is talking to me. Pause. Okay, we're back. One thing I skipped over here is Good King Henry. In here, it's gotten a lot bigger in the last couple of years. These few plants in here. That's oregano. But it's going to seed too. And you can eat the seeds. I have not eaten them. But I think you can grind them up, like, make like a flour with them. I should save those to grow. Well, back in there for now. I'll get more later. But yeah, my little forest here. There's some parsley too, and oregano. So much oregano. Strawberries like down there struggling to survive. There's rhubarb. One of the few good things that was here when I moved in. Same with those blueberry bushes over there. They were here and they're looking nice. Lots more elecampane in here. Some of these are self-seeded and some are ones I put in on purpose. My Welsh onion, I have several of these, and you know, I have walking onions and they just like didn't do as good this year, which is like kind of embarrassing to say. Like, who can't grow? Here they are. So yeah, here's my walking onions. They're already like, the bulbs are already re-blooming or something. Here's some more. Yeah, I don't know. They sort of declined. Oh wow, look at that. Oops. Need to come in here and probably deal with that. A lot of things in this garden. Man, I love this. Man, it's overwhelming, you know? Sometimes there's a lot to do this time of year. There's another allium. This is Perennial leek. I got this from One Green World some years ago, but it's starting to get ready to flower. That one starts from seed, pretty easy. What's that? Kind of broccoli flowers. And next to it we have this very carefully crafted trellis with welded wire fencing rolled up in like a burrito style. I just stacked it on top with a T-post. Man, I love these T-posts, but this is for my groundnut, or one of my groundnut. So yeah, it's starting to get pretty tall. This will bloom, I think last year it bloomed in like September. It was so beautiful, like these mauve purpley blooms, and yeah, it gets really tall. And I kept having to like stack the trellises last year because it kept getting taller and taller, so I just started off this year with like it's probably 12 feet high. Hopefully it'll be enough. Yeah, behind me there's this motherwort, which I've already cut and tinctured. This is kind of the good time to tincture it, when it's like peak flowering. You know, the leaves and the flowers, just chop it up. I blended it with some vodka and just let it sit for a couple months. More Sochan. This is the one I thought was dead. Haha. Look at it go. Yeah, that's a nice one. Back side of that, tree collards. Oh, I have another tree collards over there I should show in a second. In here we have a few things. Black salsify, which is partially done blooming, a little bit of a flower there. These flowers smell really good. They smell like vanilla or chocolate candy. And then down here, blanketing the floor, this is Krosny's Chinese artichoke, or mint root, sometimes called. Oh man, I forget it's like Stacky's something or other. I forget the Latin name. Anyway, obviously it's in the mint family, it spreads. It's like coming up everywhere. I don't know why I dug it up last year to eat, and I'm like, oh, I better put some back to like make sure it comes back. Man, I should not have been concerned because there is plenty of it. But it's actually really tasty. Like the root when it cooks up is really creamy tasting. It's nice. There's more black salsify, little one. Oh, there's another cat. That's Reggie. That's a good boy. Here's this one. I harvested this black salsify last year. There's more leaves here, and like the root, and it's a little like not as big as it was, so I might give it a break this year because I divided them a lot, which I kind of love to do. It's fun to propagate. Here, we'll go down here for a second. This is my hosta hallway. Other things besides hosta too, but some more kale, looking pretty terrible now. So desiccated seed heads. Lots of weeds. I have Queen Anne's lace and plantain. I do dry the plantain for tea. Oh, look at it, pollen. It's like the pollen is like poofing everywhere. Catnip. More lavender. Here's Solomon seal. I tried this last year. You know, it's an edible when it's a young shoot. I didn't love it, so maybe I'm not preparing it right. I just kind of sauteed it. I didn't like it as much as the hosta. Hostas were really good. Oh, this is my musk mallow. It's looking really nice right now. I like mallows. But yeah, we have some hostas, just different kinds. I mean, as far as I know, all hostas are edible. So you can get like, you know, the pretty like cultivars and the different variegations. There's a fuchsia. Hummingbirds love that. you know, they come in all different sizes and colors with stripes and different shades of blue and green and yellow. So I have lots of, I think there's like 8 or 9 hostas in here. There's one over there too. So past the point of edibility again, like so many of these, but now we're coming into flowering, which is pretty. And actually, I hear or someone tell me, so you can eat the flowers? Probably. There's all sorts of like parts of plants and other plants I don't even know about that you can eat. It's amazing. There's another sweet Sicily. This one, I had a big one here and it like died, but it made babies. These are its babies, but I also bought a couple small ones, and these are those ones. So I have like 4 now here growing, which is great. It's fine. Here's my Shazandra, which kind of like that other pear, if you watch my other video, that didn't make pears forever, and it finally is. This didn't make berries forever, and it finally is making berries. There's one that barely starting to get a little bit pink color in there. So I'm excited about that. Very powerful medicinal berry. 5 flavor berries, supposedly. It has all 5 flavors. What are these? Sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami. This is some Monarda. I don't know where this came from, but it's there. Get to the point and you know, you have enough plants and things just kind of appear and you're like, when did I plant that? Why is that here? Oh well, I love it. I'm gonna make one quick stop at the other tree collards. Okay, here we are at the perennial vegetable bed again. So sort of the other side. See, there's the Hablitzia and the Sochiam, other side of that. This is another type of tree collards. This one, I'm pretty sure, is like the dinosaur tree collards. It's like a cross between dino kale and tree collards. It kind of has a similar look. The leaves look like dino kale a little bit. And guess what? There's more over here. There's some spiderwort here blooming in the mess. It's a nice mess. And then one more thing here, which is, I really thought they were a goner. Unfortunately, they weren't. Sea kale. It bloomed. And I don't think these seeds are viable. This was the only plant I had that bloomed. And these seeds, I've seen this before, and I don't think they're viable. But instead, I'm kind of pushing out some new leaves. I don't know. I've had trouble with sea kale. It's not my favorite because it's just kind of fussy for me. And some people have no trouble, but I don't know. I have the other type of sea kale. The cordifolia, Crambe cordifolia. Here it is. It's doing okay. It gets eaten by something though. Just not so vigorous. Honestly, just my regular old kales kind of do the best. But anyway, perennial vegetable bed. Thank you for watching. Happy gardening.